I mean, the trouble is that it's, you're not really aware that you're in this situation. You're sort of almost you're not thinking that you're not thinking, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
how do you climb out of that?
So there's a few things that we can do in Thrive and Adapt, and a lot of the workshops around resilience that I do. I teach people a very, very simple 3-part tactic for getting out of that space that can be used anytime we make a transition. So if we're going into another meeting, or we're transitioning out of that into traffic and into and out of home, it applies at any of those points, and it kind of gets us back into a more settled, clear, present and focused state. So it's got 3 steps. The first step is to take 3 long, slow, rhythmic breaths. And the rhythm is the most important part of that. Rhythmic breathing literally shuts down all of the physiology of fight or flight. We can't breathe rhythmically and be in that state at the same time. And straight away, if you take rhythmic breaths, you notice that your level of mental clarity and your sense of calmness and being in control increases. The second step is to say how you feel out loud. And if you can do it out loud, that's good. Sometimes that's not appropriate or possible. You don't want to be walking into a hostile business negotiation going, I feel a little anxious. Probably not a good plan, in which case you just do it in your mind. But if you can do it out loud, there's something about the speed of speaking versus thinking that is very useful and effective in this space too. And that just acknowledges the emotional content of whatever we're currently in. It's not about getting into the story of the emotion. It's just quarantined. I feel happy, sad, angry, anxious, whatever it happens to be. And then the third thing is to say, what's my intention for what I'm focused on right now? So if I came out of, say immediately prior to this, I'd had a very difficult performance management conversation with somebody, and then I've got to be focused on this call, then I could take those 3 breaths and, I might feel frustrated or angry or disappointed from that conversation. My intent here is to convey what I know with the greatest clarity that I can. And so it just helps me transition from one thing to another. And if I do that through all of the transitions that I make, it's a very, very good way of keeping yourself out of that reactive space.